Hi, my name is Josh Patrick and I'm a founding principal here at Stage 2 Planning Partners. I want to welcome you to today's video and hope you get lots of great take-home value from it. So, let's get started. Transitions can be painful. Unlike change, transitions take a fair amount of time to complete. And because they take lots of time, we often get impatient and we don't understand how change affects our decision-making ability. And this keeps us from getting the outcomes that we really want. Today I'm going to share with you 8 possible solutions you can use to make your transitions a little easier. And I know that no one likes change, and at the same time, you're going to go through changes. You might as well deal with them in a way that supports you and not the other way around. So the first question I might want to ask is, are your transitions voluntary or are they out of your control? Some transitions are coming, and some transitions blindside you. It's the transitions that you don't know are coming that often cause the most harm. If you're fired from a job, suddenly lose a loved one, are forced into retirement, or have a business bankruptcy, all of these could be considered out of your control. If, on the other hand, the transition is divorce is coming, a long illness that a loved one has, a planned sale of a business, or even the retirement you've been looking forward to for years, your transition can be planned in advance, and lots of times well in advance. I call this sort of planning triage. Instead of triaging a situation where you're doing damage control, triage allows you to start planning before the event happens. When your transition can be planned in advance, find somebody who's an expert at navigating the transition you'll be going through. This person is not going to be the technical advisor who helps with your will, your retirement plan, or even your divorce attorney. Instead, this person will have received training that is specifically aimed at helping people go through a particular type of transition. For example, I work with people on transition issues from their businesses. I don't sell businesses, but I do help people plan both on a financial and a personal basis what life looks like after you sell your business. This is the sort of advisory experience you're looking for in a transition partner. So let's start with the voluntary transition where you can plan for it in advance. When you know changes are coming, there are certain things you can do to help prepare for the change. As I said before, we call these actions triage. It's what you can do when you know a change is coming and you have time to plan for it. So here's what I want you to do. First, find out what the change will mean financially for you. Next, if possible, find somebody who has been through a similar situation that you trust and is a really good listener. Next, start putting together a plan for what you're going to do after the transition happens. Finally, after the transition starts, make sure you look at the plan and talk with a person who you're going to have as a thinking partner about what you want to do now while putting all your major decisions on the back burner. The really tough transitions that you're going to have are the ones that are unexpected. When your transition is involuntary, like the sudden loss of a spouse or being fired out of the blue, there's one thing I know for sure. You're going to be under lots of stress and pressure. Often, you're going to see a significant drop in your IQ and cognitive power that you have, and your resources will diminish for dealing with these issues. So if you have an unexpected transition, here's what I want you to do. First, I want you to make sure that you make no major decisions. Next, find someone who can help you figure out whether you're going to be financially okay, because you're probably going to have questions about that. Remember, your brain will probably not work as well as you would want, and you'll often be fuzzy about things that are normally easy for you to understand. You're going to have to learn to make sure you learn to say no or not yet to those who want you to make a quick decision about things that can be put off. And finally, a great addition to your planning is finding a thinking partner who can help you think through these situations. Anytime you're going through a transition or even a change, it's important that you have somebody you can talk with who is not emotionally involved in the decisions that you make. This person should be a really good listener, and their one goal should be to help you get through the transition that you're facing. Your thinking partner can be a professional who you trust, a friend who understands your situation, or a family member who is not emotionally involved. But remember, all of these people have to not be emotionally involved. You know, when a major transition happens, you can be sure that you're going to get all sorts of advice. Some of it will be good, and some of it will be wanted, and some you'll wish you never heard. A thinking partner can help you decide which is which. And here's the rule with any transition. Go slower than you think you should. You know, here's one thing I've learned from transitions. They always take longer than I want. And I'm going to bet the same is true for you. If it is true, develop patience for yourself, demand patience of others, and let your thinking partner say no for you. Following these rules will help you when a transition happens in your life. And one thing we both know is that you're going to have some major transitions. It's not a matter of when, it's if. So if you want a little more information on how to plan for a major transition, why don't you sign up for a When in Transition workbook? In the workbook, you'll find lots of good exercises and questions that you can use. Just click the button below and we'll get your workbook on its way to you. So thanks for stopping by Stage 2 Planning Partners. And again, I'm Josh Patrick, and I hope to see you back here really soon.